Hey everybody, welcome back to Small Plots with Kevin. I'm Kevin. It is a frigid day here in the city, which is kind of the perfect time to go camping, right? I have a cool idea for a shelter that I'm gonna kind of try in 23 skidoo. We'll see if it works, but let's get into our little patch of woods here before it gets any colder or any darker, or I talk for any longer. As you can see, I look extra like I'm going camping today. Usually I kind of try and hide it, but I had so much stuff that I had to bring. I even have a bag. Got stuff in the bag too, but I think it'll be worth it. Really looking forward to this cool little setup idea I have. Maybe it'll not be good at all. We'll see. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is, but I think it'll work. Probably. The streets are pretty empty today. There's a good reason for that. We'll get into it. But it's going to be nice not worrying about as many people out and about in the city who could possibly see my camp. There's a car. He's about to call the cops. All right, I'm at the spot to jump in, and this zero car situation is turning into one car at a time. Perfectly spaced, but it's not too bad. Oh, somebody's walking on the sidewalk down there. I better go. All right, this person's almost around the bend, so I don't like call the cops on. Yeah, this person walking's definitely gonna see it, but let's go. No point in waiting 15 minutes for them to get up to me. They're pretty far down the sidewalk. Okay. All right, no footprints. That's a good sign. In fact, this is the kind of forest where if there were footprints, I'd probably turn around right away, because there's no reason for anybody to be back here except for me and these ducks. Look at these ducks. What the heck? How is this even water? It's been below freezing for weeks. Huh, how about that? Well, cool. Hey ducks. Oh, I do not like that. All right, knowing that there is some water not frozen, I gotta be extra careful. But I'm almost there. Ooh, I almost sank in the water. Yep, definitely water. Well, this forest is completely open. I'm looking at a guy right now. There's somebody walking there. That's a road between me and him too, by the way. Oh, there's a car. And then it's just like blatantly a house. It's like an old mansion up there. Where I came from looks nicer, but it's swampier, which even in this cold weather I don't want to mess with. So yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I have about an hour of daylight, so I gotta get moving. Sun will be setting soon. Whew. It's cold, but that breeze feels good. I'm all hot from walking over here. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not moving. This is it. This is where I'm camping. But luckily, I'm filming today, which is the Super Bowl, so most people aren't gonna be out and about. And I care so much about football, I decided to go camping and not watch it. Yeah, well, people are probably gonna see me tonight, but will they care? I'm hoping not. All right, so I gotta find a good spot for what I'm trying to do. I think maybe here while not a great spot, is the only spot. So my idea is I'm going to set up my tent, my old stinky tent. It stinks and it's old and it's cheap and it's nasty, but it's going to be perfect for what I need it for today. So I'm going to set that up, and then I brought a big dark tarp, and I'm going to kind of drape that over the tent and have like a little tunnel leading to it with another tarp on the bottom. Now in that little vestibule area, I'm going to put a propane heater, which will be pointed into my tent. So hopefully I will be getting the heat from the propane heater while also having enough ventilation to not, you know, cause issues. And it's just not working. I'm gonna call this some kind of like urban hot tenting or something like that. I don't really know how this is gonna work out. I just had an idea. I had another idea for a video that I'll do soon, next week or the week after. But then I want to do this instead. I wanted to do this weird thing. So the first thing I'm gonna do is kind of stomp around, walk around in a big circle here, get the snowpack down, put down my first nasty, it's like a blue Walmart tent. That's going to be the floor that's going to go underneath my tent and part of the vestibule area. I gotta get working because sunlight. Oh my gosh, there's another person. Why are so many people out? Why are so many people out? This is supposed to be the Super Bowl. Everyone's supposed to be excited about it but me, and in their homes watching it with their friends. All right, well, it'll be dark soon. Let's go. A log right here. That's okay. There's no real flat area, so it's kind of at an angle here, and there's a log right at the back of it. Maybe if I turn it like that, maybe. I don't know. Tense up though. I'm gonna kind of work with this and get the tarp up because we are losing daylight. And gaining people. There's another one. Oh my gosh. Oh. Alright, these gusts keep messing me up. You probably just saw the tent move. I gotta hurry this up. It's about 20-mile-an-hour winds. 30-mile-an-hour gusts. Kind of sucks out right now, if I'm being honest. The ridge line I have is about 4 inches too short, so I'm gonna have to tie another rope to it like I did last camp to reach where I want it to reach, unless I want to redo this whole setup, which I do not want to do. All right, hurry up before the wind blows my tent more. I don't know how I'm going to do this with this wind. It's more important in the front than the back. Oh, jeez. Not too shabby. Not 100% what I was envisioning, but like 85% what I was envisioning. That's pretty good. That's pretty good to just do no planning other than just thinking a thing and then have it turn out pretty good. I gotta get this down a little bit. As you can see, it's blowing, even though I just spent time making sure it was all tight and not gonna blow, and then, well, it's blowing. So I gotta tighten it down a little bit more, but that's basically it. That's basically it. I'm gonna hang out here for a little while. Sunset is in about a half hour. But most of the night I'm gonna be squirreled up in there. So I don't want the whole video to be me squirreled up in a tent. So I'm gonna stay out of the tent for now. But when I get in there, it's gonna be great. I have a couple cool things to do. And it should be a nice warm night, hopefully. It should be good. It's going to be good. Now, I may be open to that house right there, and a road over there, and a road really close right here. But this place is kind of hard to get back to. I camped here last summer. Super great summer spot. Couldn't see hardly anything, but here in the winter, there's no hiding. I'm here. Anyone who looks over here is going to see me. But pain in the butt to get here, like I said. Oh, snow falling on my tarp. Before I cozy up, I'm going to break into the beverage center. I've been really into Mexican lagers lately, and when I say lately, I mean like the past year and a half, 2 years. But slowly. It's like this, you know? It's like, I was like, oh, I like a Mexican lager. And then like over time, it's been like, man, I really like a Mexican lager. Man, I really, really like a Mexican lager. It's like just going up there. So yeah, this is from K2, local Rochester brewery, who usually specializes in sours. This is not a sour, it's a Mexican lager. So cheers. That's amazing. Oh, I'm so happy with that. Fantastic. Mexican lager. It says Mexican lager. It also says pale lager. I guess, you know, as opposed, I really love the amber Mexican lagers. I'll take a pale lager. That's pretty gosh darn good. It's a cold beer and it's a good beer. Well, I fully expect this slow trickle of foot traffic and car traffic to come to almost a complete stop in a little while here, as the big game gets started, as darkness falls. This is just like a little forest on an empty city lot, kind of on a corner, so I got cars all around me, but it's not like it's a weird area. It's like this probably was higher density in terms of residential, Now there's not much. There's a cemetery nearby. Those old houses up there are from almost 200 years ago. And there were probably similar looking homes right down here. But now it's like, you know, next to the river, kind of just off to the side, still very much in the city, nowhere near, very squarely. I'm pretty close to Center City, probably less than a mile to Center City. But it's just chill. It's just a chill little forest. And the only real concern I have is my propane heater is bright. That's the only concern. So I have my dark stuff. There's only so much I can do. I'm also concerned the fact that I'm going to be putting the propane heater on a slight incline. I'm gonna have to like wedge the bottom into the snow somehow. I'll figure that out. But the plan is just total warmth. We'll see. That wind blowing through, it's kind of died down a little bit, but that's gonna suck a lot of the heat out. Not too much to do out here. May as well crawl in the hole and see if I can't get a little warm. Okay, not too bad. This is going to be nice and cozy tonight. Maybe have the heater somewhere over here. Maybe I'll find the flattest spot. And I'll set up my sleeping pad pretty quick. All that stuff to sit on it. I'll have the tent door open, I believe, for most of the night, unless it doesn't work and I'll have to figure something else out. But this is kind of how the hot tent is going to work. Hot tent in major quotes. I'm going to try and keep my shoes off, so that will be fun in a second here, to try and keep snow out of the tarp and tent, getting these shoes off. But yeah, not too bad, right? All right, I'm excited. Now that it's set up, get a little more excited. Man, this tarp is dingy. This is the tarp I take out in the rain a lot, and you can tell. And there's holes in it. And it stinks. Everything I own stinks. That's what happens when you use the same camping gear for years. Okay, let's get the hot part set up for this little hot tent. It's not really a hot tent, but that's what we're calling it. This is the Mr. Heater Little Buddy heater. I've had it on a video once before, like 2 years ago. It's been sitting in my closet ever since. So it's kind of nice to have a reason to bring it out. I have 2 of these propanes with me, which should be good. Should be good. It's going to be good. Okay, nice and firm in there. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's not going anywhere. Let's see, it's gonna be sitting right there, not facing that direction, but there it is. It's gonna face in here like this, but yeah, you get that in the snow there. That's super steady. All right, so let's see if I remember how to do this. And when I say I remember how to do this, I mean the instructions are right on the side here. Push to ignite pilot. After lit, hold for 30 seconds. So we gotta push to do the pilot. Let's see. There we go. Hold for 30 seconds. Let's see what's going in there, maybe. Is that 30? Let's release to start the heater. That did not start. All right, must not have held it for long enough. That's all right. I think this happened the last time. All right. Well, it's easier than chopping loads of wood anyway. All right. I can't tell if it's on. I don't think it's on. I don't think so. So I can get the pilot to light, but I can't get it to stay on. At least to start the heater. Okay, I've tried it about 5 times. I can get the pilot to light instantly, but then it just won't light. It's not, so maybe I'll try to unscrew it. Maybe I'll just screw it in like more tightly. It's so tight on there. But I guess I can go a little bit farther. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I remember it taking a couple of tries the first time using this a couple of years back. But not like 5 tries, I don't think. Let's try this again. I'm going to take back what I said about it being easier than chopping a whole lot of wood. And this is its normal sitting configuration. It's not like a weird position. Nothing. Yeah, it's not like secretly lit. I'm just not feeling it. I don't think. No. Well, I guess I'm going to keep trying it until it works. If I can't get it to work, then this is just a big old heavy thing I brought for no reason. It's not really a hot tent without this. This is the hot part of the hot tent. It's just a tent. It's just a tent otherwise. Well, this has been about 20 minutes of sheer annoyance. Can't get the thing to light. I don't know if it's too cold out. I've switched the canisters. I'm holding the canister close to my body in my sleeping bag here. Maybe I'll warm that one up. I've probably been holding my finger down on this thing 15 to 20 times at this point. I've held it down for 30 seconds, which is what it says. I've held it down for 40 seconds. I've held it down for a minute. Held it down for a minute and a half. Nothing's getting this thing to start. I don't know what the problem is. It hasn't been outside long enough really to be like that cold. Like, how cold does it get to where propane heaters don't work? Might be this cold, I don't know. But the pilot's working instantly, and it's just not working. So I'm gonna give it a rest for a second. Like I said, I got one of the propane canisters here in my sleeping bag right up against my body, and I'll warm it up a little bit and try again. Yeah, I want to do something else because this has just been really annoying. It's just my thumb hurts. This thing is not easy to hold down. Anyway, so far the hot tent has completely failed as a concept, and I'm on a hill and I'm slowly sliding. But I think we knew that from the start. So I've been at it for about an hour trying to get this thing started. I've held it as long as like 3.5 minutes. Remember, it says 30 seconds. I think I have one more in me before I'm just gonna call it and say, what a waste of junk, what a piece of crap, and just throw it in the trash as soon as I get home. There's no reason to keep it. If I got one use out of it 2 years ago. It's like, really? Like, that's what we're working with here. It's been sitting in a closet ever since. Not really in a box. It's like it hasn't even been collecting dust. It's dustless. It's not like dusts are in the tubes. The propane's squarely in. I looked it up. It needs to be like negative 44 degrees Fahrenheit in order for the cold to affect it, which I am like 60 degrees above right now. So that's not what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna give it one more college try. I'm gonna hold it down for like 5 minutes. Just go crazy. The pilot lights, like the pilot is great. I wish I could light the tent with the pilot. But other than that, yeah, no, there's no getting this thing started. My last shot is, yeah, maybe like in an hour or so, taking the warm propane tank that's underneath me right now and trying that one. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. I haven't even drank my beer. I opened the beer for the camera like over an hour ago. And I've just been busy messing with this piece of junk. Yeah, I'm talking to you. All right. One last time. It sucks because the pilot starts like immediately. Lots of cars. Okay. All right. Let's see. I can't see what that says. Okay, 5 minutes. I'm gonna take my thumb off slowly. It hurts so bad, and it just turns off. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. If I'm doing something wrong, it's a one button system, so I don't know what I could possibly be doing wrong. It's super screwed in. It's not off kilter. It's flush. It's fine. This is a fresh thing of propane. It's like, maybe like I bought the propane like 2 years ago, but like propane doesn't go bad like that, does it? You can't see me when I do that. So yeah, I'm at a loss. I don't know, my hands are really in pain right now, and I kind of want to do something other than just be frustrated with this thing. So I'm gonna put it away for now. Really disappointed that I can't get this thing that has one function to do the one function, but maybe I'll try later. Like I said, I got the propane, even though it doesn't matter, I guess. Got the one right here behind me, getting warmer. Yeah, man, that's really disappointing. All right, well, all right, I guess now I resume the camp now that I've been sitting here for over an hour trying to get this thing to start. All right, time to have fun. Gunshots. Of course, my phone won't unlock in time to get them to 4. Pop, 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 pop. Really close. Come on, give me a couple pops. Give a couple pops for pops. A little couple pops for the camera. Came from that way. In that direction is a road that a car is currently driving down, and on the other side of that is a river, and then on the other side of that is a not great neighborhood that I've camped near several times. All right, I guess they're done shooting each other. Bummer. Well, how about the grand tour anyway? Haven't done that yet, so come with me into the tent. Pretty good. Yep. Pretty good. Yep. This is it. The tarp ends somewhere around here. I didn't intend for it to take up the entire bottom. I'll probably lay diagonally this way, because there is a log right there. You can probably see the log pretty clear. Yep, and then here is the view. Let's get the light off. There we go. Pretty exposed. Not so much with no lights on. Nobody can probably see me walking by or driving their car, but yeah, not too bad. I think the Super Bowl started just about a little while ago. So I'm going to be eating pretty soon. I brought a nice Super Bowl friendly meal, so that should be good. And I'm just going to kind of relax, try to stay warm, occasionally give that thing a try, but my heart is so sunk after trying that for like probably close to an hour and a half of just holding the button in. Yeah. Don't buy Mr. Buddy Little Heater, I guess is the the moral of the story here. It works for you once and then it like doesn't anymore. I don't even remember how much it was. Whatever it was too much. Well, I know one thing that'll make me feel a little better. Little space kitty here. I'm not gonna lie, I tried to get it working for another half hour or so. I think it's just done. I think it's done, which is a bummer. Oh boy. Person probably definitely saw me. I'm illuminated to the dickens right now. You know, I gotta be honest though. Despite not getting the heater working, I'm okay. I brought enough. You know, I like to have redundancy when I go camping, and I did bring extra warm stuff. I'll be okay without the heater. I wasn't banking on it. It would have been great. It would have been lovely to sit in my tent and like even like 45, 50 degree weather. That'd be lovely, but can't have it all, right? Can't have it all. So cheers to you, not to the little buddy, not cheers to that. Screw that thing. But cheers to you. My feet are much warmer, sorry, than they were last week's camp, which I mentioned it a little bit in the video, but they were cold the entire camp. I gotta stop wearing those rubber boots out. There's zero insulation in those things. Like zero. Like they're rubber. That's it. So sitting here with my shoes off and my feet either Indian style or like up under my butt like they are right now, pretty toasty. Now there must be some kind of residual heat somewhat collecting here just in this area that I'm in, because the snow is starting to melt off my boots and the snow is starting to melt off the bottom of my tripod. Like when I first sat down here about 2 hours ago, they were both covered in snow, and I was like, well, those aren't going in the tent. Now they're almost ready to go in the tent, so that's cool. Yeah. Oh, I totally forgot to mention it last video, but if you're a local, this is just a quick thing. If you're a local in Rochester and you're familiar with City Magazine, Small Plots made the best of for City Magazine for 2024. And I got a little, well, I had to pay for it, but I got a plaque for it. Here's a picture of the plaque. It's a nice plaque. So that was cool to be featured in a local best of list. So shout out to City Magazine. Shout out to Ryan, the guy that wrote it. Thanks a lot. So that's cool. That's been a nice little thing. I forgot to mention it last. I was like, what's new with me? I got a robot vacuum. Totally forgot to mention the accolades. Small Plots is gilded now, so I guess the next step is a movie deal or something, probably. Nobody's contacted me, but that probably is just because all of Hollywood just thinks that I'm already being contacted by the rest of Hollywood, so they're like, we don't even have a shot with this guy. He's too big. He's too popular. All right. It's time. The temperatures are dropping. My feet are getting cold. My body's getting cold. I usually don't double up socks, but I'm going to do it today. And if you have something to say about that, let me know how angry you are about that in the comments. I know some people get real angry. I understand the way socks work is the fabric doesn't keep you warm, the air does. And if you constrict the socks, there's less air. Having said that, screw that. You know, I picked the right night to camp in a place that's completely exposed. There's been a few cars, no pedestrians, obviously no cyclists. There's a cycling path right there. I haven't seen a single one. It kind of sucks to bike in the winter. If you ever biked in the winter, you know what I'm talking about. You go, you know, even like 5 miles an hour, it's all of a sudden like 15 degrees colder just by virtue of the wind rushing by you. So no cyclists, a couple of buses, a fire truck at one point. There's a car going by right now. Yeah, very chill night. I picked the right night of the Super Bowl. Most people are watching the Super Bowl, which is great for me because now I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling here in the dark. Started getting cold. I'm warm again. Put on some stuff. I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm gonna eat soon. I'm like amazed at how quiet it is here. If I wasn't looking at a road right now with street lights, I would feel much more. I'd feel like I'm in like a forest, which I'm like, I mean, I guess this technically qualifies as a forest. It's a pretty small forest. This is the same little mini woods that I camped in when I woke up in the morning and a coyote was coming up on me. Now I looked around, I haven't seen, there's like animal prints, but none of them are canine looking. So I was thinking like, oh, he lives up in a hole or something like that, but I guess not. Maybe he did until I scared him in the last time I camped here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still trying to get over that stupid thing. This came off. Part of the propane. This is good content. I've tied this door up 3 or 4 times now, and it's just because of the, I guess the fabric just doesn't want to stay tied. Every time I look over at it, this door is just flapping in the breeze. I'm just doing simple knots. In the past, I've double knotted them, triple knotted them, and couldn't get them undone. And I've actually like cut it. You can kind of see it's a little shorter. I cut it because I couldn't get it untied. Now I can get it tied perfectly for about 15 minutes at a time, and then it just starts, well, it just starts becoming unraveled. Next time I look at it, the door is just flying free. This is one of those camps. You might be able to tell. This is one of those camps. You know the camp I'm talking. Oh my God! You saw me do it, and you saw it happen. I'll have to check the footage. Like I touched it in the whole thing. One of those camps. Okay, tight. Almost ripped it. Good Lord. Ah! Not much is going on other than just the struggles. That's what's happening. The struggles. That's what this camp is. Just struggling. It's not really struggling. Like I'm doing okay, but like, you know, lots going wrong, which is fine. Sometimes you camp and things go wrong, but I want it to go right. Okay, it's time for a Super Bowl appropriate meal. So what do you eat at the Super Bowl? Any guesses? Pizza and wings. Come on, what are we doing here? So I brought some pizza and wings. Now, full disclosure, I bought these earlier today and just like wrapped them up. I didn't like order them. And also because the idea of eating like real chicken wings outside where I can't like wash my hands and face sounded like absolutely terrible. So I got boneless wings. Also realizing that I forgot to bring a fork, so I'm gonna have to eat them with my hands anyway. I also brought some pizza. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not like hyper hungry. I might save the pizza either for later or just tomorrow or something. Again, ordered today, just wrapped up in tinfoil. There's 4 pieces, 4 smallish pieces in here. Yeah, just no, I don't know if it's the cold or what. Oh man, I am on more than a few logs. This is lumpy. I might just sleep right where my sleeping pad lies, because this seems like the safest area. Anyway, start off with some wings here on the Super Bowl. I'm very excited, by the way, that the Eagles won the big game super dope for them.
The Eagles.
Anyway. All right, man. I could, you know, hold on. I guess I don't necessarily have to eat them with my hand. I can skewer them with a knife and put them in my mouth. It's a utensil, anyway. You can truly taste. The team spirit. Well, this isn't a mukbang video, so I'm not gonna sit here chewing my nugs on camera, but I'll let you guys know if I decide to have some pizza. I do have to complete this situation, so I'm gonna nosh on these nugs off camera. That's all there is to say about it. Well, those nugs were pretty tasty. I might get to the pizza in a bit. I'm kind of full after that whole bucket of nugs. Oh, it's getting kind of late. It's getting kind of cold. I've been occasionally like, all right, let me give it another minute. Let me give it another 2 minutes. It's not, that thing's not working. So I think I'm gonna finally close the door here. Try to keep heat in the tent. I can feel my body heating up this tent, and then I can feel the heat leaving kind of as wind goes. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna So here we are in the tent with the door closed. This is very exciting. I feel like I'm laying kind of seductively right now. You know, it looks mundane, but it has everything I need. Toilet paper / tissue. Really just tissue, if I'm being quite honest. I have Napa cans. Got some Napa cans here. I have my phone wirelessly charging on this. It's like a little ice cream sandwich deal. Pretty soon I'll set up my pillow. I have this thing of propane. This is going to come in super handy. That's really what it is. Gloves. There's gloves over there. All sorts of things. Everything I need in here. And honestly, I just closed that a minute ago, and I'm already feeling maybe like a couple degrees coming in here. Usually when I sleep in this tent, I do it diagonally, but I think I'm gonna lay like kind of like this, right next to the door, just because it's the only flat part of the tent. If I were to lie diagonally, I'd probably just slide down into the corner of the tent anyway. It's kind of rises up this way to where the log is in the corner there. And even though I tried to clear the ground as much as possible, it's still pretty lumpy with snow. Yeah. Well, are you seduced yet? I don't think it's even possible for the camera to pick up on this audio. It's a little bit far away. It's obviously across the river, which is a little bit over that way. It sounds like a cacophony of people shouting and dogs barking. And there's a car passing now, which completely drowns it out. It's like that quiet of a sound. I can hear it sitting here, but the camera there's no way the camera's picking up. It comes and goes. It doesn't sound like angry. It doesn't sound like there's like a fight or anything crazy. It sounds like somebody who can't control their freaking dog, and then also like maybe like down the street a party. It's like that kind of thing. I don't even think the sounds are related. I think it's just I'm hearing dogs barking and a party. Really, at the end of the day, that's probably what it is. Yeah. You hear, oh, yeah, they're yelling. Anyway, I know it looks like I'm in bed, but that's just to stay warm, because it's cold, man. It's real cold. It's low 20s Fahrenheit. There's the Celsius right here in this nice mass of dark green. It's been a cold night. I keep withdrawing further and further in. I closed the door, then I was sitting in the tent, then I got myself in the sleeping bag, then I brought a separate down blanket that's over me too. I put on the extra socks. I only brought one extra layer, but now I'm wearing two thermal shirts underneath this jacket. It's cold, man. I'm like good, but it's cold. It's obviously cold. That's what it is. There's nothing else about it but cold. It's tough to sip at this angle without spilling a little bit of beer on your sleeping pad. That's fine. Luckily, I can put my beer down on this lumpy tent floor and have it not spill, probably, maybe somewhere. There we go. Luckily, I have napkins right here. It already stinks, so not worried about that smelling like beer. Pretty like slippity-doo, bobbity-doo camp, huh? Pretty slap-dashing, ham-whacking camp. That's one of those. Well, I've said it, ham-whacking camps. So I'm gonna hang out, spill some more Space Kitty on my sleeping pad. What is that? Something from the factory. I don't know what that was. Sip on my Space Kitty. Play on my phone, which is just basically catching up with comments on YouTube and other social media things. Oh, speaking of which, go check me out on TikTok and Instagram. I'm mostly getting traction on TikTok, but Instagram's finally starting to get the memo. Yeah, check me out. If you know YouTube is just like your long form, check out my short forms, my torch chorms. Just go ahead and check out my torch chorms, would you please? I work so hard on my torch chorms. Yeah, and just yelling. Yeah, there's no way you're picking up on that. Anyway. Yeah. It's getting to be about that time. You know, I've been getting a lot of comments lately about people who like to kind of follow along, try to figure out where I go. Look at the clues, maybe check out little Google Maps. And I say that's awesome. I love that. I love that people have that like extra layer that they can add to the video. So, you know, don't be afraid. You might find it fun. Look at where I'm going, especially if you're familiar with the area. You might just be surprised. Or not. You'll be like, oh yeah, he just walked to this little cluster of trees. This has been a very uneventful camp, but a relatively decent camp. Probably one of my least favorite camps in recent memory, but well, you know, hopefully that won't come and bite me in the butt when something worse happens. But finish my Space Kitty here and drift off into slumberland. Now, unless anything like completely unhinged happens, I won't bother you. But if it does, I'll see you guys in just a second. No, that's not how that works. Now, unless something completely unhinged happens, I'll check in. But if not, I'll see you guys in just a second. Woke up to a nice little snowfall here. That was a cold one. Got into the teens last night. Even now it's only about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, that was a cold one. I really wish I had that heater working last night. Oh, probably wouldn't have lasted the whole night, but I did have 2 canisters, which would have given about 12 hours total. I've already been here longer than 12 hours, but would have been something. Anyway, yeah, that was cold. My gear stops working effectively around 20 degrees Fahrenheit. It stopped working effectively last night, but it was fine. You know, it wasn't like life-threatening or anything. Just chilly. But I'm gonna pack up and get out of here. There's so many cars just passing behind me. The road there. The snow is nice. If I was gonna pack up in some precipitation, it would be a light snowfall. Oh, there he is. And not like rain or something. Well, the shelter did me well tonight. And I may as well just take it down because I'm gonna go home. Well, it's not totally frozen, but it is a little frozen. That's not too bad. I think it's time to get at least one new stake. I had to step on these stakes to get them into the frozen ground, and it looks like I hit a rock or something. Useless. This is why you want to get the wide mouth Nalgene's, because it was on its side last night and it only froze up halfway. That would have been the whole thing if it was a tiny little mouth in there. Let's see if we can get some of that liquid gold. Chunky. Compression. Well, my sleeping pad got wet through 2 layers. Even through that Walmart tarp, which are usually pretty, I mean, they're durable anyway. And then my tent, which is just like fabric. But yeah, it's wet. Cool. Everything's kind of wet though, so just par for the course. Perfect timing. Snow just fell in my tent from above the tree. It's perfect, wonderful timing. It's been that kind of camp, you know? Oh yeah. It's a big old stump that I was sleeping on right there. Ah! Okay, well, tent is gone. Stump is back to its rightful stumpy spot. You're welcome for clearing off the snow from you. I originally came in over there like through those fallen trees, and as you can imagine, it's a huge pain in the butt. I got snowy. I was able to fit the sleeping bag in my pack this time, so it's not on the top like it was coming in, so that wouldn't get caught this time. But I'm thinking right out this way, usually it's just like a swamp and it's pretty craggly, but I think I could just walk right out. It's frozen enough for the swamp to be frozen, right? Although I did see that water with ducks. I think that just must be some warm runoff from something, from the streets probably, honestly. And I don't see any water over the way I want to go. It's much busier this morning than it was last night. I've already seen like myriad more cars, and there's someone walking right over there. Who, if they just looked over, could see me. Are they looking over here? I think they're looking over here. I don't know if that's showing up. Yeah, so I'm gonna get out of here. PDQ. Goodbye, small plot. It's been a wonderful small plot. Well, it's been an okay small plot. I wouldn't call it wonderful. Sleeping on a stump all night. My heat didn't work. Little problems. So this is the way that I came in. You can kind of see where I struggled on the log. I could go that way. That wouldn't be too bad. It actually looks like the easier way now that I'm here. It looks pretty scraggly. All right, I'm just gonna go the way I came. Not accidentally trip on something and hurt myself. Let's definitely trip on something and hurt myself by going this way and getting my butt snowy, because I gotta go over the log here. Yep, fully snowed butt. There we go. Just a little one of these. Oh, yep, gotta get down on the full ground. Oh, God, yep. How do I do that with the sleeping bag on the back? All right, get the snow off the legs and butt. Oh, well, we did the hard part anyway. Okay, yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. The foot just went fully through the snow into water. So I do have to watch my step. Let me stick close to the trees. Not that that's immediate no water. This is tough to get into, man. When I say into, I mean into and out of. Yeah, especially with stuff sticking off the back. It's like tent right now. Okay. All right, we made it back to the duck pond. Heard them quacking up a storm last night. I was quacking up myself. Okay, just gonna go. There's a car coming, but it kind of doesn't matter because I've done the deed. Yeah, there's a weird guy with a backpack coming out of the woods. Do something. Yeah. Whoo. Yeah. Whoo. Oh, perfect. Time for no traffic. Ooh, perfect timing. Car just came around the bend. Nobody's out. Success of all the things that was. That was definitely a camp. I had fun. I had fun in every camp, but that one was a little rough in some spots. But this has been Small Plots with Kevin. I'm Kevin. Don't forget, new episode of Small Plots every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, thanks for watching until the end here, everybody. And I'll catch you on that I'm sure I was seen several times last night, nexty. Mwah!